Let me tell you something. I love music. And if you love R&B music, this Jazzy is so phenom. Five Mics, what's up? I couldn't stop. Yo, Rashad, if you ain't got that Jazzy, I cannot stop listening to this album from A to Z. Puff, you did it again. I don't want to just say that because you're my brother or you're my business partner in some TV shows and stuff. This album here, right? This shit right here. All right, we can do it. We're going to talk. Power to the patients. Transparency in healthcare. We going to the White House again. Power to the patients fighting for you. People losing their homes. People losing their families. It's time the hospitals tell us what they charging us. Peter Gunn's on the check-in. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. Well, she said, she asked me to touch her in a way that he never did. Now, that's one of the things we should talk about, right? So this Jazzy album, I'm telling everybody about this Jazzy. Shout out to Swerve 183. Jazzy obviously is, yo, Swerve, you tell me. She's in the LGBT community. I don't know the proper way to say it. I asked my daughter how many genders it is. She told me 20. I'm confused. I don't have all the answers. But when I listen to this music, it's almost how you hear people say, they listen to R. Kelly's music for his music. They don't listen for what he did. They separate the music. So to me, beautiful music is beautiful music. But I recommended this album for, you know, a bunch of my friends that love it. And they were like, yo, this sounds like, it's not, don't sound like it's a girl talking to girls. It's just no way around it. It's the girls talking to girls, but she's speaking that shit. It says, hold up, let me get it right so I can show you exactly what it says. So the shit is called, it's called Game for Niggas, Songs for Women, Free Game for Niggas. So if us guys want to know what these girls are really thinking about or really feeling, we should listen to her. She's giving us free game, right? But she's talking to girls. Me, I love the music, regardless, right? But some women we recommended this for was like, yo, I feel a little weird. It feels like a woman talking to women, right? Then Tubay was good. And so, do you feel weird if you hear that, if you just love the music? Or do you feel weird if she's talking to a female and you're a female? Do you want just a guy talking to you? And me, I'm cool with it, but do you think guys are ready to hear beautiful music, but a guy talking to a guy? Now we had, you know, yo, B-Dot, we had, let me see if I get him on here just cause. I definitely have had gay R&B singers. Now, B-Dot.
Correct.
I just need you for 1 second. Thanks for tuning in to legendary B-Dot. So B-Dot, my favorite album in years, I'm willing to go and say years, is this girl Jazzy's album.
Okay.
Put out, right? She wrote big hits for everybody, but now she got her own shit. So I'm stuck. It's been a long time since I got to listen to an album 5, 10 times in a row. It's incredible to me. Okay. Right? R&B, I'm an R&B head. And I recommended it to a bunch of, you know, girls, women I know, and some of them came back and said, well, she's a female talking to females. I feel a little weird. And what I was saying was, I just love the music, almost like when you hear people say now, yo, I got to still listen to R. Kelly's music. I separate from what happened to this. Is there any way people should feel? Because
nah, no way. To me, people like dope music, no matter where it comes from. You know what I mean? The dope sells itself. Like, even on the hip hop side, right? I had a conversation with Jermaine Dupri about this. He was like, you know, Lil' Kim was so dope that she had men singing her parts in the club. Like,
That's a fact.
Niggas would say, "Eat my pussy right." Don't
play with my pussy, and when they with it. Now let me ask you a question, because there's a question somebody asked me. A female asked me. She said, "Are you ready to hear a guy straight talk about guys, and cancel out that he's talking to a guy? He's straight up, yo, you my nigga when I grab your ass. You know when you're not. No, I'm serious. I'm being. Are we ready for that?"
I don't know, Joe. I'm trying to stay in the light.
Oh, you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I don't know if we're ready for that. But
you don't know if we're ready for that.
But we're not ready for. I don't know if we're ready for those sort of lyrics. But we have embraced gay rappers. You know, that's not a big deal at this point. You know what I mean? So I don't know lyrically.
Because we have had R&B singers, the greatest of all time, that were gay.
Yeah.
Were gay. And but we just, you know, but they were singing about a female. And so we just went with it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who they were singing to. We just liked the song, you know what I mean? So yeah. But to your point, I don't know. I don't know. The record would have to be super incredible.
Fire. Fire. When they could just turn around and be like, yo, you know what? Yo, this shit fire though. That's another thing I was gonna talk about this show. It's great that you on here, right?
Yeah.
Melle.
Yes.
Right? Whenever they ask me about true legends, guys that I watched growing up since I was a baby when I came out of my house, it's Melle, it's the Furious Five.
Yes.
Those would be the leaders, right? So he recently said if Eminem wasn't white, he wouldn't be considered a top 5 rapper. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm glad you said that because I was going to tweet the other day that I feel like a lot of these veteran and legacy rappers are embarrassing themselves. Like, we love Melle. I'll say because maybe you can't, Joe, but we love Melle. We love Grandmaster Flash Furious 5. We love The Message. We love White Lines. However, I feel like a lot of veterans, specifically Melle, are coming off bitter and like kind of like, you know, curmudgeons, like guys, you know, waving their fist in the sky, yelling at a cloud. How dare you? Eminem is amazing because he's Eminem. There's been a lot of white rappers that have existed prior to Eminem that have never achieved the success that he has. Eminem made it cool for a white boy to rap. Prior to him, Vanilla Ice left a black eye, you know, for white rappers.
But Everlast was dope.
Everlast was dope.
I fuck with Everlast.
You had MC Search for Third Base. We had Milkbone. We had other white. Hell, they had a group called Young Black Teenagers. But
yeah. I know the past twist.
That's neither here nor there. But Eminem is Eminem because he's nice. Like,
yeah. And so what happens with me is I worship Melle my whole life. Him, Mr. Ness. But I tried my best to not even talk about this or look this way because I never in my life disagree with Melle, but this time I'm going to have to disagree with him.
You have to. Come on, man. Like, you can't. Listen, if you don't like Eminem's recent music, fine. You're more than entitled to say how you feel, but you can't front on Eminem. He's nice. Like, he's changed the game.
And I happen to know it's almost like with some like me right now. I'm guilty of it. Melle says something that I disagree with, but I'm still hesitant because of the respect or the culture I have that I salute him so much that I to disagree with him publicly. So we have this shit where in the black, brown community, hip hop, we don't we be like, even if we disagree, we just shut up.
Yeah.
We try to this.
And I get you're in a position.
Hold up, Pete. With that being said, if Eminem wasn't beyond phenomenal.
Yeah.
They would have never, hip hop would have never gave it up the way we gave it up to him.
That's a
He
fact.
was something you couldn't stop. And at that time as well.
Facts.
So the reason why I look at, and I'm going to let you talk, Vita. I know I'm talking a lot, but the reason why I understand when I was growing up that Melle was the best rapper on earth. Mm-hmm. I understand coming from the Bronx. I watched him at the block party with his hands in the air and everybody grabbing his feet. I seen Beat Street, White Line. I know everything. He was the greatest rapper, the first big hit to change the game of rap message, right? So he has his time. So when people try to tell me in debates, yo, Melle, what he had? I'm like, yo, bro, he was the man. He was the man.
He was.
But when Eminem first came out, I always tell a story that me and Pun was waiting online in Sunset Boulevard over there in LA to get a CD. I mean, Eminem was that phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying I disagree. I'm glad to get your opinion on that.
Nah, it's all good. It's okay to disagree, but at the same time, you can't mitigate what Eminem has done. Like the man literally changed vernacular. We call overzealous fans stands because of Eminem. He signed 50 Cent, like one of the biggest rookies of the game. Like, come on, you can't front on Eminem. Like, that's just, if you front on Eminem, you're just a hater, or you're a player hater. That's just what it is.
You're just a hater.
It is.
But I could understand if he says he ain't in his top 5. I get it.
Yeah, you could say.
Everybody got their own. It's all subjected to opinion.
Yes, you could say Eminem's not for me. You could say that, and that's okay. Yeah. But to front on Eminem and he wouldn't be this. Come on, man. Like, stop it. Stop it.
I agree. Drive safe, my brother. You know I love you.
Love you too,
Be safe. One
yes,
love, B. All right, my brother. There you have it from the legendary B-Dot. And so today we talking about a whole bunch of shit, but Jazzy, that album is incredible. You want to know what's crazy is I was watching this thing. So there's this thing. There's a channel, I don't know if you know, it's called Vice. Happy birthday, Papoose. Peace, dog. Peace, dog. Happy birthday, Papoose. What's up, baby? And so, let me see if Papoose, if you want to go on for a sec. But listen, happy birthday to Ja Rule. Happy birthday to Papoose. Today's the day. Power to the patience is over, hovering over us. Now, yo, Pat.
What up, my brother?
You take lyrics serious.
Yes.
You take bars serious.
Yes.
You younger than me. So I don't know if you know how legendary Melle is and the Furious.
Hell yeah. Woo! You kidding me? Very legendary.
He was the greatest. When he was
I got a lot of respect for
number
Melle because a lot of the greats, I did my research and I kind of got an idea of who influenced them and where they got their style from. I haven't been able to figure out where Melle got his style from or who influenced him. I think he's the originator.
He's the originator.
And all of us are influenced by somebody, though. You know what I'm saying?
The originator. Yo, listen, I'm old. So prior to the message, it's like a jungle sometime, it was all party music. It was have a great time. They're the first ones to talk about. We're not debating he's beyond a legend.
Beyond.
Right? So I'm just trying to let you know that when I was young, he was number one.
Right.
Okay. People try to forget, and hip hop is all about are you hot right now?
Right.
They forget you in a year. You can have the fucking biggest record in the world a year ago, and they forget it next year. They on to the next. But I do remember he was number one. Now, he recently said Eminem wouldn't be a top rapper if he wasn't white. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts in this issue right here?
I disagree. I disagree with that because even though Eminem is Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, we can't act like we don't, obvious to a duck. You cannot front on his skill set, man.
No way.
You can't deny that skill set, man. Nah. You could put that skill set on any nationality. I don't care what race.
And we don't, and Pat, we don't want to make this so much a race thing, even though it is a race thing. But I was at the slam dunk contest, and I knew I had never seen a white boy dunk like that before. And so, and while he was doing it, I realized my whole life has been based on basketball.
Right.
I never, in human eyes, from every park I've been to, from Brooklyn to Queens to everything,
Right.
I never seen a white boy dunk like that, so I knew it was history.
Right.
And
even Jason Williams, I don't know if I said his name wrong. Remember White Chocolate? You remember White Chocolate?
White Chocolate, yeah. But
remember
I'm
that
saying,
handle on that boy? What was he doing with a handle like that?
And so, as much as I love and worship Melle, I think he's wrong with this one.
Oh yeah, Joe. Listen, I love Melle. Like I said, his style, he's the originator of his style. He's amazing lyrically. I still listen to the message and all of his. And I know Melle. Like, I look up to him, man. He's a legend. I could go on and on about the respect that I.
He's probably my icon. He's one of my top.
Yeah,
legends,
man.
my icons.
Lyrically, dudes are still not touching him. But honestly, that skill set that Eminem, that boy Slim Shady got, you can't. Nah, man. The skill.
Yo, how did that birthday go?
Oh, amazing, man.
Well,
yes, man, it went amazing. Shout out to my beautiful wife, man. She pulled it off again, Joe.
You know she always pull it off. But do me a favor. Tell them your job. You have a new job.
Yes.
Which you deserve because you've been putting in work forever.
Thank you,
But tell them how they can get down with TuneCore, how you can help them, how, you know, you're the president. I mean, tell them real quick.
Yes. Well, I've been blessed, you know what I mean, to be appointed the head of hip-hop at TuneCore, the best and biggest distributor in the world. Shout out to the entire TuneCore family and all aspiring artists and all established artists. TuneCore is the best option for you. It's the only distributor where you make 100% of your profit. It's all yours. And we ship out to so many different countries. We're not just shipping your music to these countries. When we distribute it, we also have reps in each country making sure your music is moving properly. It's the best option. You retain your masters. You know, you can email me at papoose@tunecore.com if this is something you're interested in. It's an amazing thing, and sky's the limit.
Now, do you think your new position has caused a little difference between you and your wife? Because every time I talk to my sister, she calls him Mr. TuneCore President. Are you suffering from success?
Let me tell you something about my wife, Joe. And you already know she's very competitive. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing because we inspire each other. So now that I'm the head of hip hop at TuneCore, she might just become the first female president. Who knows?
Yeah, she gonna go for it. You know that. I love you, my brother. I'm back. I'll let you soon. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Knicks, baby.
Let's go, Knicks, New York.
Let's go, Knicks.
All right, my brother.
Oh, shit. All right, I hit you back.
I love you, bro.
I love you, too. Yo, Papoose, happy birthday, man. Yo, listen, the president of TuneCore, Papoose at TuneCore, email, unbelievable, Knicks, let's go. But listen, let me tell you something. I'm thinking of that Melle. Put down. And what I've been thinking of lately is sometimes you listen to music, you like a record, but then sometimes you listen to it and you really listen to it and you get it. You see the girl Coley Ray says, because girls is players too. But girls is players too. Now, yo, listen, man. I'm at Mary J. Blige's birthday, right? And I promised my sister Mary, because listen, I get drunk on my birthday. I get drunk on New Year's Eve. If you find me drunk any other time, you got lucky, right? And so when I'm looking at, I'm in Mary basically told me, yo, bro, don't come to the party and be a party pooper. I need you to get drunk with us. I need you to get nice. And I promise, so I'll walk in. When I promise, I walk in with the glass. I'm getting twisted, my Ciroc in my hand, whatever, my ace of spade. So now, I'm pissy drunk in Mary's party, and I look to the side and Queen Latifah's there, who's my sister, and she's looking at me, and the record's playing, and she goes, because girls is players too. Because girls is players too. It almost fucked me up to where I'm like, damn, is girls players too? Like, is the girls trying to tell us girls is players too? Like, this some legendaries. Yo, you gotta start. Yo, listen, if they want to take your lyrics, the people, the prosecutors want to take our lyrics and lock us up, which I disagree with 1,000,000%. But what about when the girls say, because girls is players too, and your girl is singing that shit? Queen Latifah was looking at me going, girls is players too. And I was like, oh, shit. Are they trying to tell me something? It's something moving a funny way. What these girls are telling us? Listen, man. And so I was going to get, before I went on that, I'm saying, before I went on that, dead too bad. I see you on it. Listen, let me tell you something. I was watching a program on Vice TV. Now, if you don't know what Vice TV is, they interview the Taliban. They go to the Taliban. They're not scared to interview anybody. They will go to El Chapo before he went to jail in Sinaloa, Mexico, interview him. They don't care. Okay? And so they're the realest ever. And they do this program on drill music in the Bronx. And how many teenagers are getting killed? How many, what is the music violent? Should they stop the drill music? And I'm looking at this shit, right? I was in Miami. I'm at the St. Regis, got the big suite. The bed is extra comfortable. I'm looking out the window. The water, sky blue. And here I am looking at some shit on Vice TV about how dangerous the Bronx is. So now, they talking about, so he interviewed this drill group that said they were going to be positive. They were going to change drill. Young brothers from the Bronx, they moved to Atlanta. I wish I remembered their name. And so they were supposed to be the positive drill. Sure enough, 4 months later, he goes back to interview them. Now they're stars. But their record was about some other drill kid who got killed on camera, and the way he fell, they made a dance like that. So it's not only your ops. They made a hit record talking about the way homeboy died, and they made a dance. You know how I made Lean Back, Lean Back? They made a dance about how the way the kid died. The kid was also 14 years old. Now, when they go to them and say, I thought you guys were going to be the positive guys. I thought you guys were going to be the guys to change the game. And he said, well, you made a hit record based on how your op died, and you made a dance off of that. And then it blew up. It sold out. They showed their shows. They moved to Atlanta. And so he brings up the kid was 14. And all three kids said, yo, don't bring up he's 14. Don't bring up he's 14. And he's like, no, he's 14 years old. They're like, no. That boy, they were insinuating, yeah, he was 14, but he was out here doing this crazy too. So when you go to the youth, so we looking at it as older people when we watch the news and we see 14-year-old kid shot, 15-year-old kid killed, this and this and that. The young kids are looking at it like, yo, they killed too. Nah, not 14. This guy lets it go too. I'm looking at this and I'm like, holy shit. So there isn't a number, an age number that we can look at like we used to, that we could say, yo, they're too young, yo, 14, 15. Because when you interview the youth, they say, fuck 14. That boy was letting that thing go like he was 30. Like it's 15 the new 30 in their minds. And so I'm never against the youth. I'm never against the art form. I'm never against the music. But to me, it was alarming, right? And recently we got the biggest thing in the world about Ja Morant. Ja Morant, if you don't know who he is, he's the biggest thing in basketball. LeBron James, we love him. Living legend, broke the record. But LeBron James' time of major highlights, it's over. Allen Iverson, the greatest inventor of the style, he retired. There's a new guy named Ja Morant, which is must-see TV. Ja Morant allegedly punches a young 17-year-old kid in the face. Pulls out a gap. That was the rumor all over social media. I don't believe it. But you have to understand that in the NBA is white America, middle America, global, black America. You have a position to play which is called very safe. Very responsible. Keep it clean. Now, why, Joe? Why can't he show a gun on Instagram? Because he has little kids that look up to him differently. This ain't gangster rap, drill, this and this and that. This is the NBA. Now, whenever I talk like this, I lose friends in the NBA and players. Right? But Ja Morant always got his father there. Instead of his father enjoying the scene and getting drunk at the game, he better school his son before the kid loses his career, loses all the greatness he got to bring. Now, you got to understand, as a fan, I'm selfish. I don't want nothing to happen to Ja Morant. Because he got so many Christmases, so many birthdays, so many times to light him up on TV. He is must-see TV. I do not want this kid to get in trouble. They say he's still young. That means nothing. You're still young. You go to college. You go to the NBA. They raise you right. You cannot be out there punching people with a gun. You know what they do to this kid? They freeze him and he never makes another dollar. When I look at a young artist, A Boogie, congratulations to A Boogie, sold out the Barclays the other night. He invited me, but I was out of town. When I look at a young kid, I look at him as he has 100 families that could benefit off of him. He can hire 100 families. Now, I see you, Bishop. I see Adam Rodriguez, too. Adam says nobody's bigger than the game. Yet nobody's bigger than the game. They will fucking disappear his ass and have him doing this thing in Turkey. He'd be in Turkey. He'll be in Taiwan. He will not be playing in the NBA. Nobody's bigger than the game. Somebody tell this future billionaire to sit his ass down. And every time I talk like this, you got people, oh, you're a sellout, Joe. No, I'm not. I want the young brother to make his $1 billion. If he plays the game right, he will be a billionaire. Do you understand that? Do you know what $1 billion does to the community, does for philanthropy, does for giving back, does for inspiring our youth, does for his family tree being wealthy forever? This is what we're talking about. being broke, barely making it, or being a billionaire. He needs an uncle, somebody who cares about his career, somebody who gives a fuck. Because a lot of times, even us, we're guilty of people just coming along for the ride. Oh, my man's number one. I'm going to fuck these girls. I'm going to like it. And they don't care about you and your future and your career. And every time Ja Morant, in Christmas time when it was snowing, and he grabbed the ball and went outside and dribbled in the ice, and went to every AAU and went to every gauchos around the world. Bro, you did not come this far to fuck your shit up. Your family has to really be your family and talk to you. And I hope that somebody gets him a copy of this, because I don't make money off Ja Morant. I'm just telling you the truth. There's two ways this could go. You could keep it real, which is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, and go broke and get the fuck out the NBA, because they're not going for an NBA player pistol whipping dudes and pulling out. They're not going for that. They're not going. I'm telling you, they're not. I don't care how nice he is. He will be playing in Serbia, Montenegro. And his father, who likes to go like this and a three-point at every game and talk his shit, he better love the game in Turkey. Do you get what I'm telling you? And I'm Joe Crack, the OG. I seen it all. I was at Allen Iverson's wedding, one of his best friends in his house every day. I can tell you how this could go, even though AI, thank God, wasn't in this situation and he had a pretty good career. You know, meaning like the years. They will lose you, bro. Lose you. And so if you love the man and you watching, you need to understand, yes, like the bishop said, NBA is a brand for little kids. And I want the man to be a billionaire. I might need a loan from Ja Morant one day. If not, I want to see him be a champion, be an MVP, be a leader, highlight reel. Basketball, between music and basketball, that's the most shit I care about in life. And so I don't want to see this brother lose his opportunity. And so even in his situation, they say 17-year-old. According to the young drill rapper, 17-year-old's 30. Because a kid 14 years old with a gun is just as dangerous as a 72-year-old. Be clear. And so y'all better get to Ja Morant so fast and tell him how serious his life can change. He could be a billionaire. He could do philanthropy. He can help people. My man Afion. I mean, god damn, like. And so I'm thinking the other day I watched Ross. I think it was Ross. And Ross was like, yo, Ross be doing these motivation in the morning. And Ross goes, yo, it's Sunday. You need to get to work now. The pastor's not the only one getting to the bag on a Sunday. Pastors, they figured it out. We wait till Monday to get to the bag. Sunday's still the weekend. They get to the bag on Sunday. And so you should take Rick Ross's advice and start your week on Sunday. Because don't let the pastors be the only one getting to the bag on Sundays. I thought that was so incredible. I thought that, yo, Bishop, I see you laughing. I thought that was so incredible. Yo, the church can't be the only one getting to the bag on Sunday. You better take Sunday serious too. My Knicks are the hottest team in the NBA. Crazy Legs, I can't wait to see the Drink Champs. I'm sure you dropped jewels. I can't wait to see Drink Champs with Crazy Legs. A living legend in my eyes, somebody who inspired me So I want to hear all the stories from back in the days. You're an icon. And so my Knicks are the hottest thing. Yeah, Mayor. Yeah, Mayor. Don't be hating, man. Don't be hating, Mayor. My Knicks are number one. 9 in a row, the hottest team. Y'all thought we got lucky because last time we beat the Celtics, they didn't have Jaylen Brown. They had him, and we didn't even have Brunson yesterday. It was too much quickly, too much Randall. 9 in a row. And you see how we suffered. You know, I spoke to a young boy the other day. Adam Rodriguez says, shout out Crazy Legs. I spoke to a young boy the other day. He was 29. He told me that the 76ers is his favorite team. But he's from Brooklyn. I said, bro, how you from Brooklyn? You from New York and your favorite team is Philly. He said, you want to know the truth, OG? I said, what? He said, we've been whack. The Knicks have been whack my whole life. Now, us older people, we still holding on to Ewing, Oakley, Mason, rest in peace, Allen Houston, John Starks. But if you 22, if you 25, the Knicks have never been nice in your life. And we wonder why they cheer for the Heat, they cheer for the Lakers, they cheer for Golden State. Because we've been trash a long time. Now, what happens? What happens now? Because I think we proved it was the shot heard around the league, around the world. We proved last night it's not the same New York Knicks. We are closing out the games. You see what Randall did? And let me tell you something. Your man, Julius Randle, I don't know if you know, his family travels with him wherever he goes. His lovely wife, his 2 kids. I saw a beautiful video, I want to post it, of his son. When his father made the shot, he said, oh my God, how did he make that shot? How did he make that shot? For a kid to look up to their dad so much. It's such a beautiful day. I love that video. And so my Knicks, yeah, we on fire. And let me tell you what I saw too. Shaka Khan, the icon, Miss Melba Moore is on here too. Maybe I might have to get Melba Moore's opinion on this. But I can tell you what it is. Yo, G-Spin, we took y'all out. Celtics been beating us forever. We took you out 2 times in a row, G-Spin. You know I love my Boston DJ Puck. Everybody, don't do that. We took you out fair is fair. For years, we've been letting y'all beat us. And we've been like, yeah. Nah, give it up. You got whooped on your own floor last night. That's right, brother. That's right, G-Spin. Don't do that. You fucking me up right now. I was going to my Shaka Khan bag. Yo, this is the biggest show on the planet Earth. This is where you hear the realest shit. This is where you can go from A to Z, back to this. It's always in the light. It's always positive. It's always to uplift you. Okay? When you look at me, I feel beyond appreciative. You could be looking at some girls shaking their ass. Fly Trap Gumbo on the check-in. And so Shaka Khan, the living legend, the icon, she's every woman. She admits that they jammed her up. The media asked her questions and talking about the greatest singers of all time. And they asked her, how did Mary sing the cover of her song? And she was just answering. These guys been doing it to us rappers forever. You go up there to promote your record. You go up there to talk about your album. And they ask you about these other rappers and what they doing. What about they girls? And what about this? And what about that? And you get caught up talking that shit. Now you got rap beef. There's serious allegations or feelings that the media, like Vibe magazines, amped up that East Coast, West Coast beef. And we know what happened. Biggie died, Tupac died. Kenny Burns, living legend. Tupac died, Biggie died. We didn't have access to social media. Right now, if I feel like saying something, I just put the shit on live and talk to my fans. We didn't have that. We found out the latest news through the magazines. So Shaka Khan admittingly says, they got me. I was talking about music. They suckered me in. I said shit I regret. I love Mary J. Blige. I love everybody I talked about. But I got tricked. It happened to me for years. I go up, hey, legend, hey, we love you, legend, what's up? Yo, you did the minute the mic come on, yo, what you think about such and such? Yo, what you think? And I'm over there talking shit. This is one thing I knew we wouldn't be doing on the big show. I knew we would keep it positive. We don't come up here to talk shit about nobody. We always keep it uplifting. Shout out my sister Lauren Ridinger. We just came from Market America Shop.com conference in Miami, and JR, my mentor, passed away, and Lauren first conference alone, and strong woman, and Serena Williams was there with us. Everybody was there to support my sister. She did amazing. She looked beautiful, and she just let everybody know that, you know, it's business as usual. Yeah, we lost JR, the backbone, our mentor, her husband, but he taught us enough to where we're going to run a well-oiled machine. So shout out my sister Lauren. Yeah, they baited her for clickbait. And so Shaka Khan, living legend icon, she don't know the type of fucking games that they playing. She don't know how they engaging out here. And so they suckered her in. They baited her for clickbait. Next thing you see, Shaka Khan, this one and that one, where she really loves them. Organize, responsibility, simplify. Ever since I put that in my life, I got a board. And it says organize, responsibility, and simplify. Something I learned the other day. My mentor, J.R. Ridinger, who died a billionaire, he said that we should all of you guys and me, write down on a sheet of paper, what are your goals? What are your dreams? What do you hope is possible? And then you go for that. And every day you look at this list you made to yourself. Don't know how you're going to get it, but you're going to get to it. And everything he wrote on that list 30 years ago, he accomplished it and then some. So you should write down on a list 7, 10 things that you want to accomplish, whether it's material, whether it's a master's degree, whatever you want. Which I got a different problem with me when it comes, when I mentioned a master's degree, but when it comes to college and all that, I'd rather give a kid money to start their own business than put them in college. And that, you can say, my son Ryan, I put him through college. I paid the shit cash. With my tax problems, I still paid for his college, but I believe he did it, and I did it to tell everybody he graduated college. What does that do for you after you spend that money? And so I think different about college. You know, most of these people, they go to college and they suffer from student loans the rest of their life. The credit's fucked up. They owe forever. I mean, what do you get out of it? Unless there's certain jobs where you must have a college degree. You know, college, and so that's how I look at it. But now, to people who feel it's necessary to go to college, I support you. And I'm proud of you. And your family's proud of you. And if that's what you want to do, we love you for that. I just told you my little opinion. That should not have anything to do with your decision of how important college is, or if you want the experience. They say it shows you responsibility. It shows you you have to be on time. It shows you, you know, you meet, let me give you some positive things at college. You meet classmates. Like I remember Marcus Jordan. When I went to his, Michael Jordan's son, his store in Orlando, the manager and everybody who worked for him was the kids he met in college. And so Swiss Beats said when he went to the Harvard thing to get the thing, that's where he met his people from Saudi and all that, where he's doing big business with these people. So yes, there's many assets to college that are unquestionably important. And so, shout out to my brother, Avi, Pristine Julius to the stars. Happy birthday, Avi. Happy birthday. And so, my daughter went to see Magic Mike. This is a problem. My daughter's 16 years old. What the fuck she wants to know about Magic Mike and what he's doing? And she went over there with Brea Floyd. What the hell are these two young ladies, decent young ladies, doing going to see Magic Mike? This is the problem. Because girls are players too. Y'all missed that earlier. Listen, your imperfections make you perfect. Your imperfections make you perfect. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me tell you something. When you have fans, true fans that are loyal to you, they'll take your imperfections and make it perfect. What do you mean, Joe? So I went to the non-sold-out concert in Madison Square Garden. I had to be there. My favorite album in the world is Illmatic. You do know that I believe Illmatic is the greatest hip-hop album ever. Stillmatic, God's, just everything, right? And so when I go in there, I'm hyped, it's sold out, the energy's in the building. And Nas starts doing the King Disease, his latest 3 albums. Now, he did 5 songs of King Disease, then he did 10 songs, then he did 15, and then 20. He went for an hour straight King Disease. Now I bought all these albums, right? And I like these albums. But I love Illmatic. I love Stillmatic. I love You Can Hate Me Now. I love If I Roll. I love They Shooting. Mate. So now an hour in, your fans sold out wall to wall. There had to be some sort of undercurrent or saying, wow. At this point, I'm saying, 1 hour in, I'm like, holy shit. He's not going to do none of Illmatic. He's not going to do none of the classics. I didn't get the memo that this was strictly King's Disease. Not saying it ain't a great body of work. His fans love him and love the music, but I'm waiting for represent, keep going, represent. And man, about an hour in, you see a picture of Illmatic, the crowd goes into a frenzy. The crowd goes into a frenzy. And all of a sudden, he starts ripping it down, doing the Illmatic, the classics, the one mics, the this. And so the fans who were obviously thinking like I was thinking, like, holy shit, we only getting King's Disease. They start saying, only Nas, he knows how to do it. He gave you King's Disease all the way to the point of where we thought, then Illmatic came, oh. This is the true meaning of your imperfections make you perfect. You know, I'm walking out there, I'm hearing the crowd. He's a revolutionist. He did all the new shit. Everybody thought, that he came with it. And so your fans will always take your imperfections and make you perfect. And we had such a great time that night. Remy was there, Papoose was there, French Montana was there, Steve Scott was there. We had such an amazing time. And let me tell you something, I'm gonna end it with this, right? When people always ask me, yo, Joe, is there Illuminati? Is there an Illuminati? For those of you that don't know what Illuminati is, I'm sorry I'm bringing this to your attention, right? But Illuminati is supposed to be a secret society of people who are very rich and know a way to get in the game more than, just now. I know the leader of the Crips. I met the leader of the Bloods. I met the leader of the Latin Kings. I met some other type of guys too. I met everybody you could think of. The leader of Lucian Gray, who owns every record label in America. I met every leader you ever thought of. I've never met the leader of Illuminati. Nor have I met a person who told me they're in the Illuminati. Do you get what I'm saying? I met a guy who, no disrespect, told me, you don't even want to know. I meet them all. They told me they killed this one, they did this, they did anything you ever thought of. The guy who gave the keys to Rich Porter to get his nephew. I met every story, anything you could think of, Fat Joe has met him, right? But I never met the Illuminati. Now, here's my take on Illuminati. The actually word of Illuminati and what people call Illuminati is people who are super successful, and because their lives are mediocre and they don't see themselves being that successful, they make an excuse for it. And so they call it, he has to be an Illuminati. He has to be down with something that they got to give him. Because you're looking at yourself and you say, damn, I ain't do what I wanted to do. Damn, I'm pop. Damn, how these people, there got to be something to have them successful. I have not met him, and if I meet him, I'll join him, and I'll tell you I'll join him. I'll be the first. You know how 6ix9ine is the first public rat that says he loves it for a living? I'll be the Illuminati telling you I love it. But I'm sorry, guys. I've never met them yet. Nor have I heard a person tell me they're one of them. Stop making excuses for your mediocrity. Get up off your ass. This is your time. You live once. I come from conference. J.R. Ridinger told us you die, you live. When you go to the cemetery, you live. You see your birthday there. Then you see the day you die. It's what you do with the dash that's important. And if you choose to not fight for your dreams and live a mediocre life, that's your choice. But stop making excuses for your failures, for you not wanting to get up and work, for you not willing to go after your dreams. Come on, guys. When you come to the big show, you hear the real shit. This ain't fake. This ain't those guys. These other guys, they punks, man. They can't wash my socks. They couldn't even walk in my shoes. These guys can't wash my socks. When I give it to you, I give it to you real. All the time. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. This is so important. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Meaning if you go through something in life, with a relationship, health, money, and your so-called friends, your so-called family, you know you can't pick them, ain't there for you when you need them, That's not really your family. God is showing you there's no failures. They're just lessons that turn into blessings. Sometimes you got to get rid of these people because they're blocking your blessings. Put God in your life in good and bad times. You're going through a hard time. You're on your knees every day. Your mother got sick. Your wife got sick. Your husband got, you're on your knees. Please, God, please, please, please. If they make it and God blesses you, don't forget God when things are going good as well. I'm telling you, the key is God. I've been telling you this. We the biggest in the game. Peace, y'all.